Let's get this thing going. Caliari comes out wearing the blue, and Laframboise in the red.
Ooh, whoa. Laframboise already looking to punch her way into the clinch here, but she's going to be met with some big punches coming the other direction from Caliari.
Yeah, absolutely. She's got to watch. She kept that chin a little high as she closed that distance on Caliari. But this is what she wants. She wants to tie up. She wants to get this fight to the ground. You can talk about how she's improved her striking all she wants, but she wants to use that to show off her black belt in jiu-jitsu. She's got a ton of submissions. Even if she's on her back, she's extremely dangerous with the triangle choke.
Yeah, she did a really nice job of digging that right underhook in on Caliari, just so strong, ripping her right down to the ground.
But not necessarily a terrible thing for Laframboise here.
Yeah, Framboise has very good submissions off of her back in particular. She's got a really slick armbar.
Caliari in the blue on top right now. She has sacrificed so much, she said, over the last 20 years. Not going out partying, not going out drinking, having a specific diet. Her father even bought the gym she was training in to give her more experience, and she is so grateful. There's so many people who are in her corner here tonight.
And I like this move here, guys, for Caliari to make her stand back up, fight her on the feet. But again, both these women need to settle in, start getting behind the jab, start being a little more precise with their strikes. It's a little brawling right now.
Yeah, I think you can see some of the nerves of fighting on this big of a platform. Dana White sitting right there.
She's got double underhooks here. She's going to look to scoop out that leg and reach around and get that trip. But nice throw!
Beautifully done.
And again, we talked about this, right? That even though it seems, if you look at their strength of schedule, you look at their records, that both women have a very specific set of skills in one area, whether it be on the striking or the grappling, but both have shown an ability to strike or grapple. So for Caliari, she's got 2 wins by submission. She's not afraid to grapple here, and she seems to be, and I thought it would be the other way, she seems to be the stronger fighter.
I was just going to say that I think she is the more physically imposing fighter, and when you have that, you know that, she's got to look out for this inverted triangle.
Yeah, that elbow's a little
too
but she's not.
She's adjusting it.
Yeah, she let that elbow. Caliari's got to try to pull that left arm free.
The choke part of this is going
Oh, nice scramble created here, though, with it. See if Caliari can stay in this position, get on top, start to attack the neck.
Laframboise looking for this inverted crucifix here.
Nice, yeah, you saw that, the way she scooped that arm.
Laframboise is a very high-level wrestler. She actually trains with Linda Murray, who wrestled for Team Canada most recently in the Paris Olympics, so she knows what to do on the mat.
And she's tying her up nicely here, controlling both arms, one with her legs in that crucifix, and landing these big elbows here.
Yeah, I love that position for grapplers who have the dexterity to do it, to be able to control an arm with your legs. And then once you get this wrist wrap, you still have that free arm where you can strike. There are so many submissions you can set up from this position as well.
Yeah, this is bad. This is a really bad spot for Caliari. And again, we talk about it over and over again. It's about damage in these positions. And with these elbows that Laframboise is landing, that's damage. Oh, she loses it, though.
We're approaching a minute to go here in this first round.
Caliari really likes those judo throws. Laframboise needs to be careful when she's lacing her leg in like that against the cage. She's gonna go for a ride.
And she's going right back to where she got thrown before, trying to get that outside trip. Those are big throws. And you can see Caliari now already not quick to it as she was earlier on. She's getting dragged around a bit now.
Laframboise raining down from the top position.
She's got to watch her arm here. You see, there it is.
Caliari has a good arm bar.
She got lazy there.
This is deep.
Can't tell how tight that is.
I don't know that she's.
Oh, it's still there.
That's deep.
And there's the tap. Wow. Nicole Caliari gets the submission win.
Make that 3 in a row.
Belly down armbar. That was tremendous. The way that she transition into that was gorgeous.
With just seconds to go in that first round, we were wondering if Laframboise was going to be able to wiggle free, but Caliari, just too much.
It was a good armbar setup, and Laframboise she didn't adjust her hips. You could see that it was getting set up. She swiveled, she got that arm, and she didn't pull it out in time. And beautiful job from Caliari, getting 3 submissions in a row. For somebody that we talked a whole lot about her striking, she showed how well-rounded she is. And that's what Mick Maynard said about her. When you're known for your striking, then you come in here and you pull off an armbar from your back like this. She took a chunk out of her opponent's notebook there and just pulled this beautiful armbar off. Look, and she readjusts, she scoots her hips back in so that she can get the elbow back into a position where she can crank on it even more. Very impressive.
Nicole Caliari from Brazil said she loves to dance in her spare time because it loosens up her hips. She used that to get that submission win there. Let's go inside to make this one official to Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 minutes, 45 seconds into round number 1, referee Kerry Hatley calls a stop to the fight. For the winner by verbal submission via armbar, Nicole Caliari.
É nóis, porra, pai! Pra você, feliz aniversário!
Valeu, Marcinho! Valeu, geral! Obrigado! Valeu, valeu! Let's start with the first fight of the night. Nicali? Fight started off a little weird. I'm gonna consider it nerves in the first couple, minutes of the fight. Tonight was a night of nerves, apparently. And, she looked like she felt nervous, but she goes in there, she gets the arm bar, keeps it, pulls off the win. She's 8-2. She's 27 years old. I'm gonna give her a shot in the UFC.
Nicole Caliari, welcome to the UFC.
All right, gentlemen, third round, fight.
Leg kick from Tanzilovi in blue. Now goes up high to the head.
It's a big round for both these gentlemen. This could really determine the outcome of this fight, I believe. I haven't necessarily been keeping score, just having fun watching them. But I feel like it's pretty tight. Oh, can he control him here? Look at the hips.
I was just going to say the hips of Musasa. He's just so strong.
Yeah, he is. If he continues to learn and develop his defensive wrestling, because he's doing some things right now that they're not even necessarily the right way to do it, but he's just so strong. He's so determined to get up, and I love to see that.
And he's a tremendous athlete on top of it.
And he's in great shape. I mean, I keep talking about that, but the pace has been pretty hectic for these guys, and he is just moving forward the whole entire time.
Nice. 1-2 from Tanzilovi connects.
Musasa has him cornered here. It's those moments where he overswings that allows Tanzilovi to level change and create these grappling scenarios.
You guys have talked about the determination from Musasa tonight. He said it all comes from where I'm from. The Democratic Republic of Congo. It is an area where millions of people have been killed over the last 3 decades due to a war. He said, we grow up there without a childhood. We don't have toys to play with. I was out in the streets trying to hustle to get food on the table for my family. That's why tonight means so much for him.
It's a different thing entirely to grow up the way that he did. It's amazing to hear his story.
His eyes. Fine. Be careful. All right.
Yep, that clipped the cup.
You good? You ready to go? All right. Hey.
Yeah.
Be careful. All right, time in. Fight.
That's not going to phase too much.
The sound of that kick.
But again, a lot of times when we hear the slapping, it does sting, it does hurt, but it's the foot and not necessarily the shin digging in.
Musasa trying to take the back of Tanzilovi.
I think you should use it as an opportunity to control and land big, powerful punches from this spot. I like that. Hook the leg, can keep him there so you can just start hammering away with these punches from the side. Although, if he can get the chin, I think it's a little off angle here.
Laura, how about the skill we are seeing time and time again from fighters coming out of the continent of Africa?
It's really impressive to see, and honestly, the promotion that you spoke about, John, AKO, it's one of the first outside of South Africa that I'm even familiar with. And it was really cool to see the rise of Musasa as I watched his film. Amazing to see Kamaru Usman giving back in that way.
Both guys trading knees here. See Musasa desperate to try to get some separation here. Nice, that underhook on the left side saves him from getting taken down.
Musasa still walking forward here.
Again, nice defense from Musasa to stay on his feet. Tanzilovi, though, still pushing the pace.
But you're right, Paul, the knees, the uppercuts, if he was able to mix those in and really allow Tanzilovi to question his level changes, it would go a long way.
Yeah, I mean, he's still a young guy, 25 years old. Only 7 fights, a lot to learn. I think he'll learn a lot from this fight, especially when he goes back and watches it and sees all the opportunities that he may have had. But hey, at 25 and 7-0, pushing a pace like this against another athlete who's undefeated as well and looked great. Both guys going at it and going the distance here, it looks like, potentially.
His first time fighting outside of Africa as well, I believe.
Yeah, big travel.
Paul, let's remember, too, it's not just about getting the win tonight. You got to show Dana White something. Do either of these guys need to get the finish in order to get a UFC contract tonight?
I mean, they're both going at it. I think it's Musasa who's the one that's been trying to separate most of the time. So he can only deal with what's in front of him. And if you've got to defend takedowns, you've got to defend takedowns, right? So I know he would love a knockout, but you never know. I mean, a guy from where he's from in Africa, having gone through what he's gone through, coming all the way over here, if we can get the victory here tonight, I think he'd be an interesting guy and a fun guy to have, especially if you can give him somebody that is going to be more willing to exchange. But Tanzilovi came in here with a smart game plan. He was not going to just stand and trade punches with him.
Fight number 2 goes the distance. And we will go to the judges' scorecard to determine who gets the win. That was a very entertaining fight.
Yeah, it was back and forth. There was a lot of clinch. There was a lot of wrestling. I mean, I would have loved to see them stand and trade just a little bit more. But again, I understand the approach from Tanzilovi to want to close the distance and use some wrestling. Both guys did land some moments, and even Tanzilovi, he's probably got to be sitting there thinking, damn, I hit this guy with some big shots. And on the other side as well, both guys really showed off a chin. They got hit with some nasty knees, punches, elbows, you name it. It was put on display here tonight. That's the elbow that I love to see in that position in the clinch. Yeah, fun fight.
And I think you nailed it. That's what stood out. Both guys, strong chins, taking some huge shots.
And on a fight that I didn't necessarily think would go the distance.
No!
There it goes.
See, you just never know what you're going to see here Tuesday nights on Dana White's Contender Series. Very fascinating to see how this one is scored.
It's taken a while, John.
Yeah.
Which tells me he's probably split. Oh, no, he's in there now. Maybe not.
All right, we have the decision. Let's go inside to Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. Judge Bell scores about 29-28, Musasa. Judge Weeks scores about 29-28, Tanzilovi. And Judge Camijo scores about 29-28 for the winner by split decision, Josias Musasa.
I've liked both of these guys. Both these guys obviously have a future in the sport. And, you know, when you look at a guy like Otari, he trains with the #1 guy in the world every day, right? He's fast, great hands, et cetera, et cetera. And Musasa is very green. The kid was very green, but you can tell that he's an incredible athlete, got a great chin. And I actually thought Otari won the fight, but I was more interested in Musasa. I think that this kid has the athletic ability. You could see the tools and the chin and all the things. I'm actually very interested in him. I was talking to Ali, manages him, and Ali, you know, this guy's training in the Congo. They're going to bring him here and have him train with some of the best guys in the world. I'm going to give this kid a shot. I think that this kid, I saw some things in him tonight, even though I thought the judges had it wrong. It was a close fight, and I'm interested in this kid, so I'm going to give him a shot.
Josias Musasa, welcome to the UFC.
Good to go. All right, here we go. Last round, man. Last round. Ready? Fight.
Believe, Tiger, believe.
Third and final round. Belgaroui showing that experience. He has been in there with some of the top in the world. Israel Adesanya is a kickboxer, Alex Pereira.
We got to think about the stakes going on right now, though. I mean, not only with that UFC contract on the line, with that point deduction, it has to be a clean sweep on the scorecards or a finish for Belgaroui to get this fight done.
I think if Belgaroui wants that contract, unfortunately, with the amount of eye pokes, with how the fight has kind of just dragged a bit, I think he's got to get a finish. Even not only just to win, I think he can win with winning the third round. But if he really wants to make a statement and get that contract, I think he's going to have to lay it on. And not accept the clinch, just like Glover Teixeira in his corner said to him, you got to stop accepting this clinch.
Yeah, they were calling for knees. They were calling for him to get aggressive in these spots.
And whatever he does, do not poke the eyes.
Trying to pump the jab is Belgaroui. Three minutes left in this final round to show Dana White who's deserving of a UFC contract here tonight.
I think it looks good for these fellas.
Yeah, it's interesting.
There's the knee from Belgaroui, and he's looking for a finish.
This is what he has to do right now. He's got to lay it on now.
He's got to go for it. The knees we've been talking about all night. He's got to pour it on.
This could be the end for Iwasaki. He is fighting back. Now goes down, and that's it. Yusri Belgaroui gets the finish he was looking for here in this third round.
He had to make that happen. He had to get that finish in order to make himself undeniable. That was tremendous by Yusri Belgaroui.
He knew what was on the line. You can't just win. You got to put on a show, and he finished it with a flurry.
That's exactly what he needed to do, not only for the victory, but for his chances of getting that contract, right? Especially with the eye pokes, and that just slows the momentum of the fight down. It kind of drags on, and he kind of just wiped that all away with at least going out there, being very aggressive, getting a big finish. Let's take a look here. Here's the knee right to the body. Beautiful knee there from Belgaroui. And you see, look at the body language, and then a flying knee lands. And this is when he really starts to turn it up, turn it on. Beautiful flying left knee, big straight right, and he just starts pouring on the pressure. There was a second there where it looked like he was thinking about maybe a level change when they were up against the fence, and I was thinking, oh no, don't do that. And he didn't. He got that separation and ultimately finished the fight.
He says that's how you get it done. As we take a look at Taiga Iwasaki, he was game. He tried to close the distance. He was eating just too much damage. Let's go to our Bud Light decision inside the octagon. Let's go to Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes, 34 seconds into round number 3, referee Kerry Hatley calls a stop to the fight. For for the winner by TKO, Yusri Belgaroui.
He was an 11-1 favorite against a guy who took a fight on short notice. He's a 6'5" middleweight. Instead of closing his hands and using them to keep him off him or to finish him, he poked him in the eyes 5 or 6 times, or 4 or 5 times, whatever the number was. He did not impress me tonight. I'm not interested.
This Saturday, bantamweight champion Sean O'Malley defends against Merab Dvalishvili. Plus, Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko settle the trilogy for flyweight gold. You can purchase this one-of-a-kind event now on ESPN+.
Make a decision. Make that decision. Make a decision. Nice.
Round number 2.
Oof. Nice head kick there.
Your turn. Follow it. Put something behind it. More than one, Bubba. More than one.
Yeah, Latu having trouble with the range here. Even when he throws, it's just missing by quite a bit. Got to get a little closer.
Yeah, like so many fighters out of CKB, I mean, that really is one of their best attributes, is just an understanding of range and an understanding of how to disrupt rhythm, because he's doing a good job of finding the moments where Latu is resetting, and that's when he goes.
Your turn. Your turn. Your turn. Here comes back. Gotta go, bud.
So like right there, I mean, it wasn't a powerful shot, but that lead hook is going to be something that can set up the right hand.
You gotta get in between, Bubba. You gotta get in between. You gotta go.
Sterling doing a good job of mixing the weapons up to keep him guessing, right? Throwing a jab, then a calf kick, then inside kick. And he puts feelers out there with that jab. See how sometimes he's not even really throwing. He's just keeping something to occupy Latu. And that's where Latu, has to do more than one.
More than one, goddammit.
Yeah, and when he does, we talked about this in the lead up to this fight, when he does finally put combinations together, Latu can look so slick, but he does at times get a little bit stuck on the outside, one shot at a time.
Yeah, if he's going to try to close that distance with that left hook, which he does cover ground well, he's got to be coming with a right hand and then look for the hook again. Like right there, there you go. That's a good combination from Latu. That's what he needs more of. Ooh, gotta watch the clinch here.
Circle. Go, your turn, Phil. Your turn. Again. Follow that home. Stay in position. You stay in position. You follow it home.
Oh!
Good night! One-punch knockout for Navajo Stirling.
And that was just all set up nicely. Navajo Stirling really took his time, waited for those moments, and then finally we see him unleash that left hook. But it started with prodding with that jab over and over again, looking to set up the big power shot, forcing Latu to get aggressive, and then he just landed just a bomb.
Someone needed to own tonight, to own the evening, the moment, the card, and that's exactly what he just did.
Absolutely, I agree 100%, Laura, that he came out here. He showed with only 4 wins, 4-0 in his young MMA record. He showed a maturity at also only 26 years old. These are the things that the UFC is looking for. A 26-year-old undefeated, coming from a camp where he's got studs around him, great coaching. Look here. Let's take a look at some of Stirling's work here. Oh, man, just follows through, finally opens up. And I love that he pulled back. Clearly, he's out. They both throw left hooks. The bigger, stronger, faster guy gets there first than Stirling. And that's a wrap. Look at this. Misses. Oh, look at even the reverberation in the right hand that landed on the shoulder of Latu. Big, big KO there from Stirling. It's a guy to watch out for. A lot of fun. All right, let's listen in.
He came in with the confidence and he backed it up with the stop. It is time now for the official decision brought to you by Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the USC. Let's go inside the octagon and send it in to Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes, 21 seconds into round number 2, referee Carrie Hatley calls a stop to the fight for the winner by TKO, Navajo Stirling.
The last fight of the night. Obviously, Stirling looked incredible. He is 26 years old. He's 5-0. He's 6'4". He's a true light heavyweight, and he did impress me tonight. He's obviously in there with a very tough guy who was mixing it up really well, and he delivered tonight. I'm interested. I want to see what he can do in the UFC. Congratulations, you're in.
Navajo Stirling, welcome to the UFC.